Honestly, it didn't really affect me.
Except for not having a store open, but you're still doing business.
Yeah, certain shit that is like, all right, yeah. But for the most part, it's like I'm doing the same damn shit. I mean, I had a job for the longest, but the motherfuckers fired me. The motherfuckers fired me at the end of COVID, so it's not really like, oh yeah, COVID affected my job. So it's like, it's like.
COVID payout was amazing, bro, when it was paying people. I love that.
Man, that's one thing that I wish I could have been on. Like, I missed out on a lot of that. I missed out on damn near all that money, man. I probably cashed like one stimulus check that I seen. I didn't.
We was doing great business during that time.
What?
Loving it.
Motherfucker just coming through spending shit, getting fly real quick. Yeah, you can tell it's a recession now.
You can tell now it's not what it should be.
They ain't getting fly like that no more.
Trying to get some lunch. You know what I mean? Like, it's what it is.
Gotta feed the kids.
Retweet that.
Oh yeah, I have you
on it. The weed culture, because you guys have been in LA enough to you've been here when weed was illegal.
Yeah, we're still smoking gas outside.
Weed was illegal. I don't even remember that.
Technically, when we how do you think the industry has changed? The weed industry has changed from that time to now. Do you think it's changed for good? Do you think, and what are the good parts actually?
Good and bad.
The good and bad.
I think it's for the worst, honestly. Like, I feel like I like to reference like Good Burger. Remember that movie Good Burger? Mm-hmm. Like at first the weed was like the restaurant Good Burger, but now the weed is like Mondo Burger.
I don't even know what that is.
Like,
Mondo Burger.
Bro, all right, so listen.
Oh, yeah.
So it was the big fucking, they was injecting all the shits and whatever the fucking doing all it, and they burgers is big as hell, and everybody was loving that shit. It's like that shit to where it's like, all right.
So like the dispensary weed ain't good? Is that what you're saying?
No, dispensary weed isn't.
Goodness.
But it's like,
it's more just the way
that is produced. Like,
produced and the cost, like.
That too. There's whacking motherfuckers over here at Mondo Burger, I'm sure.
Take money out the streets with dispensaries because they gotta.
Well, I'm hearing dispensaries is hurting right now, though.
Yeah, that's why they lowering their prices.
Yeah, they lowering prices.
But even then, that still comes back to like the weed itself, because I'd rather get my weed from the streets. I got plenty of people from the streets I could pick up, like Cause
well, why is dispensaries hurting right now? Because people ain't got money to spend.
No,
that's probably exactly why.
Some dispensaries are talking about, not too many people come in. Just like you said.
Coming to the streets.
Yeah, because if I could get it off the homie, I'm going to buy it off the homie first.
Yeah.
And then you go to dispensaries and a lot of them, they have they're higher priced. You know what I mean? Because they got to pay their taxes and all that shit.
What can a dispensary do?
But when you're from out of town, a dispensary is great if you don't know who to tap in with. So that's why I said it's good and bad, because if you're not from LA and you want to smoke some weed,
you ain't got to risk it.
You ain't got to risk it.
It's a safe bet, you get some weed.
But if you're from here and you hustle, then dispensary is going to be more competition.
What can a dispensary do to get you in the door?
What kind?
What can a dispensary do to get
the homie ain't answering the phone?
Yeah. Or shout out Kush Factory, because they be hooking it up fat. They got the half ounces for half ounces for like 60 of this stupid. That shit you be paying like fucking like 45, 50 an eighth. You can literally, man, I done sold that shit for like 40 an eighth after I done picked it up. I was like, all right, now I done got damn near half ounce for like $40. Like,
I just always had friends who sold weed, so I never really gave dispensaries. I went and got some today though, because
emergency.
Like I said, they answer and then you go to the dispensary. But I always grew up with
the plugs.
All my friends were the ones who was supplying hobbies. I spend my time trying to learn different crafts, really. Whether it's real estate, whether it's crypto, whether it's investing, whether it's art. Just try to spend my time doing.
You got money in crypto?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
How would you evaluate this market right now?
Yo, I'm just terrible right now, but. Not the whole economy, so that's going right. It's all equivalent, whatever the word is, where it's all the same.
I like researching shit,
I love researching shit.
Yeah, like
A lot
fucking,
of times just looking into like religion, especially.
like
Trying to
metaphysics
find
and
the
shit.
truth behind shit.
Yeah, religion. You guys, would you consider
No.
yourself religious?
Got my own religion.
Historian.
Historian?
Yeah, because I want to know the history.
Philosopher.
I want to know the truth, not the stories we got told. You know what I mean, I feel like it's a lot of people coming to that point now because we were just raised to have a mind of our own more than other generations before us. So now we like
Question.
we questioning what you're telling us now. We're not just taking it for what it is out of fear anymore. Like, you gotta show us what it is.
Tell me the Carfax.
And I think that's a big reason this Jewish debate with Kanye and Kyrie is really starting to unfold because it's a whole generation of kids. It's like we not just falling for the hoopty no more. Like, show us the money. Where's it at? So we can see it for ourselves.
Would you consider yourself spiritual though?
Yeah, of course.
How would you define spiritual?
Definitely.
How would you define that?
Spiritual understanding that there's a higher power and there's some energy that you can, there's multiple energies, but everything is based off of those energies, right? So good energy, bad energy, happy, sad, and you are, as a spirit, can be any of those at any time. It's all in it's all in you.
Yeah, I felt.
Religion is, a book, my bad. Or you follow the customs that are set by people who were set by people that you didn't know, or who, you just following in line.
All right, let's start with how we define like religion. I feel like religion is like a thing for a system for people that need to believe, like or want more to believe, like and spirituality is more. I guess you could say it's a belief if you don't know. But it's more of a knowing type thing than a believing type thing. Like, because you can sit there and believe like that door is open, but it's fucking closed. Like, but if you know that door is closed, but you can open it, that I feel like that has a little bit more weight to it, and that's like more.
And religion is great for people. It's not a bad thing. Religion is great. Like, it keeps people's hopes up. It keeps people
something to believe in.
It's a great thing to have. But I think we just questioning like where it's coming from, who's giving the religion and the history. Like that's what we want to know.
Yeah, because I feel like you can have that faith organically. That's that faith within yourself, but it's not even that faith. It's that knowing.
I've had that conversation. Like I don't need a book to tell me when I need to eat or how I need to feel, but. And this ain't against, like I said, religion. Like, if you believe in all of that, like, it's great. But it just seems very weird how it's all set up, and we have to read a book of something that we should just know.
Yeah, it's like some innate shit. We all know right from wrong, damn. You're supposed to be out here hitting people, killing people, and stealing and whatever the hell. So it's like.
Yeah. So I mean, what kind of consciousness is just, and. This is just based off what I've learned and found is most religions are based off another religion is based on another religion, they based on another religion, and it's just stories recreated. So to feel like one is right and the other is wrong when the similarities are so glaringly similar, that makes me think that, that's a way to teach people a way of living rather than of believing in something that or knowing of spiritual life. You know what I mean? Like, it's more of like doctrine. I think each religion, it all could have started from something, but those stories could also just be life lessons. You know what I mean? That people can learn from. So I feel you gotta take it how you take it. If you believe in it, absolutely. You know what I mean? But
I don't know if it's like the same for everybody, but for me personally, mine is based off like love.
my bad.
It's based off love, understanding, and acceptance. Like appreciate it. Like that's like those three things right there: love, understanding, and acceptance. Because once you love yourself, like to damn near the full capacity, it's easy to love others, and once you understand yourself, and accept yourself, it's much easier to understand and accept other motherfuckers, whether it be through flaws or like, you know, perfections. Like when you don't understand, that's when you get upset. Like, if that makes sense, that's cause like confusion. Like, all right, if this motherfucker came and hit me in my face, I'd not be pissed. Like, what the fuck wrong with you? But if I knew this motherfucker for like a year, and we look, you been like, all right, man, you know, it's like, all right, now I understand why you would swing on me right now, but I'm still gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah.
But I'm not pissed off about, like, you know, I understand, we've been had this coming. I'm not surprised about it.
Because, just like you said, you know, like some people don't back up on their understanding.
But then the accepting is a big part of it too, because you can understand a lot, like, you know, but you don't have to accept everything. And that's like the big thing about it with me, because it's like I try to make it so I understand. I make it easy for myself to understand anything in every situation. But the accepting the part is like, I don't have to deal with this shit. Or I don't have to believe in this shit. It's okay for you to do, but I don't have to accept it. But I understand why you do, but I don't have to.
I think it's like this, like if we naturally found out 3 + 3 equals 6, we might question it, but if it's written in a book that says 3 + 3 equals 6, then we'll believe it, right? So it's kind of like the Bible is a history book to show you like this is wrong because the Bible says, like, it's in the past, this is what we've written about things that are wrong, so you know when you do things right, how to deal with situations, because you could go to the Bible and it'll tell you in our history this is a way to fix whatever issue that you're dealing with, right? So it's the history of our world. It's showing us everything that has happened, will happen, you know, anything possible.
I saw this thing. I remember my mom had showed me this. Matter of fact, I think I was probably like 12 or something, and it was on YouTube. My mom had showed me this video on YouTube, and the dude was talking about how the slaves that were captured and actually taken from Africa, like a lot of them motherfuckers are like jumping off the boat into the ocean because they were more spiritual beings than like, you know, than most of them. Just stood like, man, you ain't about to just torture me. I'm gonna live again.
Yeah.
I'd jump off this mother.
In the afterlife?
Nah. Nah.
Oh, there's a scene about exactly what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah.
There's
That's some real. That's real.
It's a spider god that appeared in one of the boats, the ships, and released one of the people, you know, and talked to them, spoke to them about how powerful they are, and they ended up burning behind the whole ship.
With them on it.
With them on it. Like, fuck, yeah, they burned out the whole.
That's crazy.
That's crazy that you know, and there's an actual African folktale about that.
And that's the thing. That's why. That's why I know about that. I heard that too before. But that's crazy. Was that on Netflix or something?
It's on. They discontinued it, but I got it on.
Damn.
That's how you know. That's how you know.
Yeah,
Man, not to bounce back to but that's how you know he don't be lying, bro.
They canceled the shit.
That's how you. They canceled the guys, boy. They're talking about the African guys. They canceling. They like, it's like, get this shit out of here. You talking too much.
But that leads me to the.
I downloaded that. I didn't download. I bought that history documentary that Kyrie was talking about and checked it out. That shit was crazy.
I haven't checked.
What's Kyrie talking about?
It's called Hebrews to Negroes.
Oh man.
And it was like a documentary on Amazon. That's why he got fined and all that shit. He got suspended over reposting it. They were saying it was anti-Semitic because he posted it because it was saying that the Jews of today are not the Jews of the Bible.
Which is facts.
And they broke it down through the whole video, like.
And that's the weird part.
They broke it down, like, from where these people lived at this time in the Bible to this, like, everything about it. So they still said it.
But they claiming that title, though.
That's even my call.
But that's even another thing. He can't even have his own
Opinion.
He can't even have his own. Like, damn! I just wanted to post a video that you can't even like something that goes against what the agenda is. Like, if you do, you gotta keep it to yourself.
You get canceled, bro. Hey, all right. So my opinion on that is that there's a fraction of the people on Earth who are like actually like humans, like, you know, like full blown humans, like, you know. But then there's the ones that are like conscious humans, which is like your consciousness probably came from somewhere else, my guy. Like, it's not from here. It's like, you came here for the human experience. That's why life be getting irritating or feeling weird to you and all type of other little shit. Because other motherfuckers just be going about it like regular. Like, don't have no opinions, don't be doing like a blank little slate.
Yeah.
That shit weird. So those people get in that reincarnation process, but when you're aware and don't have the will to reincarnate, you probably don't.
So,
I don't know. That's the ultimate level of peace, right?
Yeah.
Peace, acceptance, love, all that. Shed the ego.
Wow.
You can shed the physical.
If you were able to reach that state, would you entertain the rest of the ignorant people in the world?
I feel it's your job to come back and tell them what's possible. Tell them, that's how the story of the Bible was written, because people came back and told the story of whatever it was. That's the story of life. We got to tell what has been untold so that we can move forward as beings. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of people that don't want to tell. They want to keep that shit just to them and they and themselves.
Gatekeep the secrets.
And that slows down the growth of the world.
I feel like it's not a secret, honestly.
What's your cheat code?
What else I'm gonna do? You gotta get up and do it.
There you go. That's the perfect. What else I'm gonna do?
That's all it is. What are we gonna do if we're not doing something that we like and something we want to do?
I gotta do me.
There ain't no other options. You know what I mean? Even if it's hard, there's no other options. Or you just go, do what you gotta do. I ain't trying to do that. We always gotta do what we gotta do. But you know what I mean? Like, you rather be doing what you wanna do.
Mm-hmm. So make what you want to do, what you gotta do.
Find a way, figure it out. If you gotta read about it, if you gotta watch videos about it, if you gotta spend 50,000 hours to get to it, get to it. It's overdone.
It's overdone, and people have too much pride.
It's overdone because everybody does it, right? So to stand out, you're not standing out by having just because it's different jewelry. Obviously, when you're an entertainer, your image on the stage is everything, so that shit is mandatory for that. But I think at a time when like jewelry was just changing from like the basic shit that they would have to like
Regular Cuban
pieces,
links and shit.
That was the best era when you seen Nigo coming through with those like BBC chains and like
Ice cream, spaceman shit.
That was like hella dope. Now it's just like real random stuff. Like when 50 got into it, when he started doing his like spinning piece. That might have been a downward flop. They was wearing them ugly ass like 10 rope bracelets on the wrist.
Spinning watches.
Yeah,
that was not good.
but yeah, I mean, fuck it, if you like jewelry, like jewelry.
Yeah, do your thing. But I was saying was like motherfuckers had too much pride because you ain't gotta die over that shit.
Well, you just gotta be smart.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say not smart, but
listen.
the end of the session.
Listen, if you getting money and you got a fucking 100K on your neck and a nigga catch you without no strap, you might just give it up, bro, because you can get another one. You getting money. Now, if you spent your last money on that chain, that was a bad idea. Now you in a weird situation. And you still, pretty much you can still get some more money. You ain't gonna die over that shit. Nah, you can have that chain. How I feel about it, bro.
At the end of the day, that makes the robbery hella easy.
Even then, but that's what it is. If you got caught lacking, bro, that's literally what it's like. Checkmate. It's like you can't argue with a nigga that put 3 X's in a row when you only got 2 circles right here. You didn't have your last circle on you. It's like that nigga won, bro. It's literally like rock, paper, scissors type shit. It's like, bro, you got me.
But no other culture does that shit. We gotta talk about that. No other culture does that shit.
Man, motherfuckers hunt themselves. Motherfuckers hunt their own self.
That's what I'm saying. Like when we hunt ourselves, like no other. You go into Indian culture, you go into like I can't speak for every other culture because I haven't traveled the world. Maybe they do that shit to each other in other countries, but America, we gotta stop that. That's this genocide. I hear kids listening to it. I don't hear myself listen to it at all. You know what I mean? Like.
I hear a bunch of jibber jabber, but the thing is, the energy's there. The energy that makes it turn up a boost. It's like, bro, I could turn up to this shit. If I'm in a party and that shit song is gonna be lit, so it's like, all right.
We can't expect the stories that we got from Nas and Jay, the kids who didn't grow up. Nas and Jay grew up. You can't, bro. Like they grew up, even in their hard times, it wasn't the same as how them was, you know, two very different times. Even Eminem, like you can't expect kids to have that pain and hunger in them like that. Like
Nah, it's a different life.
it's a different life, you know. Kids that's living bad got fucking
Straps, man, they got guns. Like don't try to make yourself easier to digest for everybody else. Like, you know, like keep building on that complexity. 'Cause I feel like I had to like not necessarily like dumb myself down, but like, you know, steer in a kind of different direction so other motherfuckers can really understand what I'm doing music wise. Like, you know, to be more like, okay, now this I could turn up to this and still understand what he's saying versus like, damn, I gotta really sit down in my car or with headphones on and like listen to this shit. Cause like motherfuckers don't wanna just like, oh, listen to every bar for bar, just wanna like hear the vibe, make sure the beat is good and like, you know, you said a couple cool things in the fucking track that they could remember. So it's like, just
oh, dude, life is about timing. You know what I mean? Everything's gotta align. You gotta align yourself with what you want so the right time can come to elevate to where you're trying to get to.
hey, you wanna know a crazy story? Listen, it's not like the answer to that, but one time I was probably like 19. And I was getting on the bus. I was getting on the bus about to go back home. I was like on Broadway, hopping on the 45. And I hopped on the bus and seen a nigga that looked exactly like me to the point where I didn't believe that I was myself. Like, I was like, if I'm sitting right there, how the fuck am I looking at myself? And I literally walked back off the fuck. I looked at that motherfucker for like 3-4 seconds. Then I was like, nah, I just hopped back off the bus. Like, you know, because I was really into like time travel and stream. I'm like, bro, if I interact with this motherfucker, I might destroy the whole timeline right now. Type shit. Like, you know, so it's like I can't even be right here in this same spot right now. This is not supposed to happen. Like, you know. So if that was to happen and I woke up and the motherfucker was in my pad, I'll have to dip. I'm like, no, I can't talk to you, my bro. It's gonna be over for everybody if I say. Man, I kid you not, I was spazzing. Bro, I was spazzing though. But I was like, yo, it's no way I could be right there looking at me right.
And not even.
That nigga was sitting there all the way in the back of the bus in the middle in the middle seat right there.
Right where you was headed to.
Nigga always sit in the back of the bus bro, I saw this motherfucker back there and I was like, nah, there's no way I'm right here looking at me.
That's crazy.
It was like third person on the game and you zoomed out hella far. I was like, man, this shit weird. Before I did any acid or anything, I was like, what?
Yeah, alright, so what would you expect them to say? Say here he is able to calm you down and explain to you that he's 10 years from the future. Well, what were some things you would, some questions you were asking, like, some things you want to know about?
I'd be like, how could I do it sooner? Like, how could I, like, you know, because I know you know when it's going to happen, when I'm fucking, like, you know, when the success is going to be like, okay, boom. When, like, everything that I want is going to start happening how I want it to happen, but when and how could I make it happen sooner?
All right.
That's a good question. But you couldn't change it. Shit. Nah, man, that takes away the joy of finding it.
Live in the moment.
I'm alive, you know what I'm saying? I guess I asked them, do we got kids and shit, but we
got kids, okay,
yeah.
Okay, I'll take it. All right, I appreciate you guys' time. I ain't gonna hold you guys for too much longer. Yeah, I want you to let us know there's a camera right there, there's a camera right here, there's a camera right there. Let us know what's going on with you right now. Where can we find you? And what's up?
Yo, so going on for me right now, working on new products for the store. You can find us at Almighty Los Angeles, almightylosangeles.com. And just working, man, staying busy, staying healthy.
Yeah, y'all can find me at CULT.SCA on IG, Apple Music, all like DEADX-C, matter of fact, DEADX-SCA all together. For me, a lot of new, like, cool little music stuff coming out, like different little genres or whatever. I'm branching out. So, yeah, a couple videos, etc. A lot of cool stuff coming soon.